Are we rolling? I do believe we're rolling. Time for another slurp. Oh, that good coffee that my wife makes. Good enough for a second. Ah, okay. Let's get the show on the road. I'm gonna mosey on over there and we'll talk again. I hope you hear me okay. Welcome to another Dumpster Divers PC Reclamation domestic home video where everything is rough and uncut and crude and rude, but you get the straight goods nonetheless. Camera disconnected on me, and when I was going to change the battery, which is right here in the upper right hand corner of the system board. So I decided to use that opportunity. My goodness. Pardon me. Have you ever had one of those days where just everything wouldn't work? That's the kind of day I'm having. I'm just nothing, it's really been a challenging day. But, I just thought I'd ask if you've ever had one of those days. I'm sure you have. So I decided to take the opportunity to clean up a little bit, the wiring, do a little bit better cable management. It's not entirely necessary, but it does make working on the board easier. And, since the camera cut out, I thought I would do that. There was a number of things that I tried to make another video and found out that you were only getting half the monitor and not the full monitor. And, basically the lens was more or less pointing to the more, let's say, less dignified parts of my anatomy. And I decided, nah, my watchers deserve something better than this. Even though it is a amateur home video, that doesn't mean you can't learn from what I have to share. I've been building PCs for going on 22 years, so I think I know what I'm doing a little bit anyway. Not everything. No, I'm not a know-it-all. I definitely have a long way to go. I've been studying up on this Sage X299 system board, and there's some good things about it. There's some things about it that I don't much care for, like the fact that the M.2 RAID, this little twanger here, standing straight up here, I probably am not going to use that permanently. But I thought I'd give it a try and see if it works. I cleaned things up a bit in the wiring, as I mentioned earlier. And this power supply is enough to run, your basic testing on, but I don't recommend something like this be used, 430 watts for this kind of a system board. If you're using like a high-end graphics card or anything like that, or a lot of RAM for a long period of time. I mean, you can get by with this. And the other video I was trying to show you a little bit about training RAM, because when you're using mismatched RAM, things can get a little hairy, and sometimes you have to change your slots, your RAM slots, to be balanced with the kind of RAM that you're running. So what we'll do is we'll turn it on. And this is not going to be a training RAM video. If you want me to do a video on training RAM, please put something in the comments, and we can do a video specializing in training RAM to make sure that all your RAM shows up. So, but we're going to turn on the PC, or the the test bench. Yeah, that. And begin with that for starters to see what we have. Now, as I mentioned before in the other video, you have to make sure that you have your essentials, which is your line to your board, your PCIe power, and your CPU power. Okay, that's very important for powering up the board without damaging the board. Secondly, you would need maybe some USB connectivity, like I have here, USB 3.1, and I added a card to give me some USB 3.2 so that I could test one of my PCIe slots and see if it works okay. I want to test all these various slots and the features of the board, just like I want to test this little funny looking where you just stick the NVMe. I've never had any of these on any of my other boards before, so it's kind of funny, but it doesn't look very secure, and I don't think I would permanently keep that in my case. Maybe just kind of use it like a USB stick, I suppose. Might have that kind of handy application. You don't have to worry about tightening down with a screw or anything, but it doesn't look very permanent, doesn't look very secure. I'm not crazy about it. I've got the SATA wire here for whenever I do hook up some SATA to it. Won't be on the test bench, I don't think, because I really don't fancy keeping it in here. I want to put it in my workstation eventually. One of the things I noticed is that this M.2 and then the one that goes in here, even though it does have two places for M.2, I can't raid them. According to the manual, they can't be rated due to the design of the board. So that's kind of disappointing. But I think I might be able to work around that with one of those NVMe cards. I'm pretty sure it should have bifurcation in it. I'll check that and see if I can do that. My little plug for T-Force, I put in my other video. I don't think it was in my other video, so the one that I've already uploaded. So I'll do one right now. Because it came with only 4 DIMMs of RAM, or sticks of RAM, modules, whatever you want to call them. I had to find more RAM to populate the all the banks, right? All the RAM slots. So I robbed one of my other boards for some DDR4 RAM, not my workstation, because I'm still using my workstation, but haven't been using the gaming rig that I built very much. Not really a hardcore gamer, so although, you know, I do from time to time game. It's just I wanted to use this this T-Force RAM. Now, when I say I'm doing an ad, I'm not really doing an ad unless I really specify I'm doing an ad, okay? But like I'm just saying it kind of facetiously when I say I'm doing an ad for, because nobody's paying me anything for doing anything. But this RAM, this Extreme T-Force RAM by Team Group, probably about the best RAM, T-Force RAM I've ever owned. If you can get your hands on it, by all means get your hands on it, because if you're looking for some performance RAM, DDR4 performance RAM, I would recommend this. It uses the coveted B-die RAM, or B-die silicon, that Samsung B-die, and it's really got a good range on it. This can go up to, I think, 4,600 megahertz, and it's incredible. It's a very good range. for clocking, overclocking. If you want to overclock your RAM, XMP your RAM, this is comparable, I would say, to the Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM that I have in my workstation. I'm going to eventually move it onto this system board so that I can have 128 gigabytes of matched RAM, factory matched RAM. It came in a set, and that was not cheap, but that was long ago. So T-Force Extreme, it's comparable to that, if not even better. I've clocked this to 3,666 megahertz, so definitely good RAM. This is not DDR5. This is DDR4 RAM. Okay, so yeah, that's not bad. But first of all, we'll just see what we have with the RAM that's currently in the bank. I have two T-Force on this, and then D1 and D2, I think, are, if this is D1 and D2, then that's the Crucial. But we'll turn around, we'll see, if it boots up this way, with that kind of RAM, if it will register on the monitor. And I definitely want you guys to see the monitor. So with no further ado, because yeah, all right, it'll take a little while. We're at that stage right now where we're building. Maybe I should move the camera a little closer here. Oh, there we are. Asus in Search of Incredible. You know, I really hope they find it, because they haven't found it yet. I can definitely affirm that. Let me just move that there. I don't want you to miss it. Maybe we'll move in a little bit here on the monitor. Okay, what do we got? Let's have a look. Team group C1, C2. Yes, D. Okay, one Crucial, one Micron. Essentially the same RAM. Micron makes Crucial, as I've mentioned before. So, but you can see that they're not the same. They don't operate the same frequency. Okay, this is 266 or 2666, and this is 2400. But don't let that fool you, because this team group RAM can be clocked. It can be clocked way to, well, I've had stable 3666. Okay, stable. So that's what I love about that RAM, that team group RAM, is that really has a nice range. Very easy to dial up or dial down. Okay, so now I guess since we're, we've got it on and it's running, and temperature's running at 40 degrees centigrade. I don't have any anything on the RAM yet. There might be a few things. Okay, does the mouse work? Apparently the mouse is not working. All right, well, I think I know why. There's something I have to do with the card that it's plugged into. Okay, so that's one thing I have to do. Core voltage. All right, well, at least we've got the RAM showing. I'm going to populate the board completely to make sure that all the DIMMs, that's what you want to make sure, is all the DIMMs. When you get yourself a board, doesn't matter if it's brand new or used, you want to make sure that everything works. And that's what test benches are great for. So that, you don't have the whole thing installed and then you find out it doesn't work, and then you got to send it back, and then you got to pull it all out of, out of your case. That's a lot of inconvenience. Oh, and look at here, team, right here. So we do have a drive, so it does. This does work because that's a Team Group NVMe that I'm using, and not really like a Team Group fanboy, but I like to give credit where credit's due, and I've seen a lot of really good silicon come out from Team Group, so there it is. I have to give them the recognition that they deserve, and so I'm finding more and more that Team Group silicon is a quality product. Okay, so no, I don't get paid for plugs. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to shut it off now. And now we're going to populate the other 4 slots. The proper way would be to put in 2 more, see how it works, and then put in another 2, because they're daisy chained together in sets, right? That's how they do it. Technically there's 4 channels, all right? But there's 8 slots. So that's how they do it. Okay, so coming over here again, and I'm trying to make it balanced, right? Because that usually is about the only way you can make all the RAM show up when it's not matched RAM. You don't want to confuse, so we put this in. I don't want to put too much force on the board. Here, okay, long end, short end, and short end. I thought I had the short end in first, but I guess I didn't. And you got to be gentle, or you can break stuff. Okay, I guess that's in. All right, that's one. There's the long side. The short side. The short side's on my right, and the long side is on my left. So I had it backwards there. Thought I had it right, but I didn't. Okay. The whole thing about PC building is you can't be forceful with anything. Use too much force, you break it. Okay. Come on now. Be nice. This is really, really tight. Modern way. All right, there we are. So those are in. Now what we'll do is that channel is now populated. We'll see if it shows. Oh, and while we're at it, we should connect that card. Pardon my shoulder. I don't know if it's going to reach the way I've got this wired, but if it does, great. If not, well, not a big deal either, but well, it looks like it might. It goes this way. Oh. What rule am I breaking? Huh? What rule am I breaking? Turn off the power first before disconnecting or reconnecting. Okay, that's on. So we'll just check. We'll just check to see, since I pushed the power button on. We'll just check to see if it shows, and it should. It's probably not much done wrong that way, but technically you should always turn off the power supply as well. Okay, no keyboard detected. Yep, and I know why. Okay, it was looking for a boot there. All right, so we're back in BIOS. Yes, C1 and C2 are now populated, so the next one will be micron, okay? That will be the next one. So now we turn it off. Let's see if I predict the right thing when I turn it off. All right, now, the correct way, it's just one of those days, you know, I'm just having one of those days. Somebody would probably tell me, why don't you just not do this right now? But no, I'm determined. I need to know my day was not a complete waste. All right. And actually it wasn't. I did do some stuff today. And successfully, I might add. But hold on, turn this off. Wait a while. Don't like the way that was sitting in there. Okay. All right. Now I can populate the board with long end, short end, with the other RAM. Can't believe I did that. Okay. See, even an experienced builder can make an error. Fortunately, that wasn't too great an error, but one, but I don't know about the other one, the other end. This doesn't look right. When it doesn't look right, redo it. Long end, short end. Short end to the back. To the graphics card in this case, I guess. Yeah, these modern RAM slots, they leave much to be desired. I like the doubled ones, but because you never really know if it's in there properly. Short end. I think they think they're saving trouble, but yeah, the way it falls in there, I don't really much care for that. Okay, it didn't click, but it does look like it's in there. And I left the page. You got to watch that. Usually you want to listen for that click, right? You want to hear that click. But well, there, I got the click. Got the click. All right. Really have to push down on that, man. Okay, so now everything's turned off. Good thing I didn't try to plug this in while I stopped myself right away. RAM's a little bit more forgiving, but you don't want to mess with your PCI. Will it make it? It's kind of a tight squeeze. Where's the L? Okay, there's the L. It's sort of an L shape. It should make it to the card. Needs a little power to the card. Alright. This is all temporary. This is not for looks. That's for sure. I do a much nicer job when I put it in the case. But this is for testing purposes only. Alright. I'm a stickler with cable management. I hope that you're not getting, you know, any obscene video, but anyway. All right, we're going to give this a go again. Oh, I probably didn't switch the power supply on. Excuse my shoulder. There we are, power to the board. All right. Now let's boot it. And you got to do this when you're building quite a bit, actually, to make it run properly or to do it correctly. Okay. Once again, we're going to have a look at what we've done, what we populated. You can hear that fan, it's just humming like crazy. Oh, that was interesting, that little red light flashing on the NVMe. It's looking for a boot. That's so funny. It's already looking for an operating system, isn't that? And no, we're missing a bank. So we're going to have to turn it off and see if we can change it again to make it all show. And they call that training the RAM. All right, so we turn it off. We're going to switch them. We're going to switch them around and see if that doesn't make a difference. Now I'm pretty sure I installed them correctly. Again, turn off the power to the board. Make sure by the indicator lights that everything's off. Another thing you can do is, in the event that you have some bad capacitors, where's that power button? You can push the power button. I can't even feel it. Isn't that funny? Oh, right there. Alright, turn it off. Yeah, in the event you have some bad capacitors, sometimes, you might get a little leakage and it'll flash when you turn the button on. That way you can drain the caps. But if you've got good caps, which I do, you won't get any of that little momentary flash. When it drains safely. Okay, so that did not work. So we're going to remove the T-Force RAM at first. Wow. And we're going to put the Micron RAM in toward the CPU. It's so tight. I've never had so much trouble putting it around before. I don't know what the issue is exactly. Even my X299 doesn't give me this much trouble. I'm not sure. Very, very tight. Very, very tight RAM slots. All right. I'm going to try to do the balance of power, because we have to make sure that you can see the RAM. Wow. I'm thinking that's in. I'm hoping it's in. Yeah. I really think the old-fashioned RAM slots with the double appendages was better. Instead of just trying to slide it in and, secure it from one side only. But, oh, there we are. All right. We'll try it again. A little bit more balanced, I think. I hope. I'll show it to you. I'll move the camera. Well, can't really see it unless I pick up the camera. And last time I did that, I disconnected. I accidentally shut off the camera. So, or it just cut out on me. I don't know which happened, but Yeah, well, one moment. I will attempt something just for you. Just for you, the viewer. So you can see what I did. I'm going to stand up. So you can't do that with all test benches. But with this one you can. With this one you can. I'm going to lift it up. Set it down. Whoa. Except with the fan. Oh well. Put the fan here for now. It'll still blow through the pins like that, I think. Now maybe you'll see what I did. Alright. All this work, eh? Alright. I've got the A1 and A2 T-Force, then the 2 micron, and then A1 or C1 and C2 T-Force, and then D1 and D2 micron and crucial, which are basically the same frequency, not perfectly matched. So you can see why the board's a little bit fussy, because technically we got 3 different kinds of RAM running here, but nothing too crucial with the crucial, because it is, you know, both the same RAM made by Micron, same frequency, so it should work. Alright, so now I got to find where my button ran off on me. Now it's probably on the other side there, but that's what I mean about this thermal take thing, is you have options, and try doing that with your bench testing board. Yeah, okay, so here we are. Let's turn it on, see what happens. Nothing. Why? Because I was smart enough to turn it off. Alright, turn it on. Is there power to the board now? Yes. Can you see the little lights there? Maybe you can. I don't know if you can. But we're going to try it now and see what we get. Well, the fan jumped out on it, but it's still blowing through the fins, so I'll just leave it for now. That's a really high powered fan. You don't really want to get your fingers too close to that. It'll chop the end of your finger off. I'll just... There's that little red light again on the NVMe. A2 it says, so anytime now it's thinking about things. AE. So there's some kind of error going on. Maybe it'll sort itself out. Maybe that stick of NVMe is too loose and wobbly, because that's running too long like that. You know what I mean? Shouldn't do that. We're going to turn it off and check the connections. Oh. That's not too hot. Yeah, it could have been that NVMe stick got jostled. That's what I mean. Doesn't take much, eh? Well, check the RAM, make sure that's in tight. Alright. sure. That didn't work out too well. That's very unprofessional there. So I'm going to set it back down. If I had it properly secured with the solid copper block, look at this, solid copper, man. All right, I'd be okay. But not to worry, no real damage. Just want to make sure that it's well coated there. Okay. Put this fan back on. Yeah, that's too bad. If I had taken the time to put a nice cooler on here, that wouldn't have been an issue, and I could have left it up there for you guys to watch, but unfortunately no. And I don't have an overhead camera, so I had this nicely placed when I had it running, and now for some reason I can't do it anymore. Well, maybe this is the way. I can't remember how I had it. It's going to just keep pulling, and I don't need that. We'll just do that. Hopefully this will be adequate. Okay. All right, we'll try it again. Turn it on and see if that RAM takes. It should. I haven't seen an error yet. I'm reading the Q code, which is probably blocked by the power supply. There's the red light on the NVMe. It says A2. I'm walking around. It says A9, but it's not showing everything populated. Well, that is odd, because I'm pretty sure that I can get A1 and A2 showing. So what I'll have to do is turn it off again. I'll pull A1 and A2 out first. Oh, but first of all, turn it off, right? Okay. Boy, these are hard to take out. I don't like this new system at all, frankly. Okay, now we'll see if it just shows what I've got. Oh yeah, I turned off the power supply like a good boy. All right. Right. I'm pretty sure these are in right. Will it show all the team group RAM at least? In search of incredible. Trying to boot to the drive already. I see that there is no keyboard warning, so my keyboard must be working now. Yes, it's showing all the team group, but it's not showing any of the crucial. How about that? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Now none of the crucial RAM shows. Okay, well, we'll turn it off again. That is really interesting. None of the Micron RAM is showing. It's just showing the team group RAM. Turn it off again. Yeah, training RAM can be an annoying, time-consuming process. But I'm going to pull out. Like, it's nice that it sees that RAM, but I'm just looking. I want to make sure that the RAM is the right. It's practically identical. I don't know what the deal is. Should work. Okay, so all right. What am I doing wrong? You can get away with it with RAM sometimes, but I don't recommend it. Guess I'm in a little bit of a rush. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. I think this one might be the crucial one. Or it could be this one. I'll take it out. One is a slightly different color. Wow. Yeah. That might be the crucial one. Maybe put that one in last. Again, it's in the slot, but I have to bring it up a bit because that's how tight it is. That's how tight they are. Click, and then the other one doesn't want to click, and you can't make it click. That's annoying. I don't like that. Okay. I like the old-fashioned when the fasteners when you could click them on both sides. Click, click. The double click thing. Just want to check, see, I don't trust myself anymore because too many things have been going wrong today. There's one. There. double click. That looks a little off in color. Not the same color. Alright, well, we'll try again with just this and see if we can get that. I know it has to do with order. So, hit the power button. Where's that? Right over here. It's not necessarily a bad system board. This will move it over to where the monitor is. Fight with this thing to get the right position. Said it was attempting. Yeah, now it shows micron and crucial, so they were separate, different colors. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to try to put in the other RAM again on A1 and A2. It may be that I have to populate A1 and A2 first, you know, but, well, we'll see. We'll see. Turn it off. Because RAM is fickle that way. Alright. Alright. Very tricky because I don't have a lot of room here. But I'll give it a go. Very, very, very tight. The slots are so tight. Like you don't have even a millimeter of play in the slot. One click I heard, 2 clicks. I guess I can get the double click after all with this type of RAM slots. I know my X299 has the same type, but I don't remember it being that hard. Okay. We will try again. Let's see what we get. Patience is part of the whole thing here. You have to be patient. Okay, registered the NVMe again, and should keep splashing that NVMe for some reason. I don't know if it's insecure or what the issue is. We got AE, so that's telling me there's an error of some sort going on. Turn it off again. AE, we have an error. What is the error? Why is it being so fickle? How about if I just pull? Let's just try this. Let's try this first. Turn it off. All right. I'll just pull the NVMe out of it for now and just see what happens. I mean, I don't know that that's the problem, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. I'm pretty sure that's in there.